Welcome back to Penang, Malaysia for the 2018 Alchemist Cup. Jesse Matthews here along with Jason Katz-Brown.
Indeed.
We are going to be providing coverage of board one for the rest of the day, and our matchup for today, or for this round, pardon me, today, is between Will Anderson. This will be his second time on board one, and he is playing the one and the only Nigel.
Well, we already have a bingo.
We do.
And it must be played by Will Anderson because it's horizontal.
Indeed. It looks like the player shots are frozen at the moment, but hopefully that will be corrected shortly.
Do you think that's an A? Or an I? Probably an A.
That's just Nigel.
I think we're getting there. Oh no! It's working. Cool. It's beautiful. Wow, this is like so wonderful. Kumar is crushing it.
Not yet. It's not complete yet. I still need to do some changes for scoring side. So is it I or not?
So if that's an I, then there is disunity with a blank as an S for a responding play.
Oh, but indeed, we can't see one of the racks, eh?
Oh,
I think we might need to move the.
okay. I can understand.
Cool, thank you.
Oh, so that'll be two bingos in a row then. Wow. So Will played either forgive or forgave. Nigel just played gibe or jibe. And if that is an I in forgive or forgave, then disunity would be coming down as a bingo option.
Surely an A, though.
Probably an A, but if it were.
He has one bingo through the A, one bingo through the E. And yeah, we're working on getting the other rack into view. How was lunch, Jesse?
I had a lot for lunch. There was lots of delicious things to choose from, and someone put up a picture on Facebook of me enjoying copious amounts of.
Because Nigel used his own rack.
Oh, interesting. So Nigel has actually got his letters on his own rack, not on the one on the board. So that's why we can't see it. So that's Nigel adding some mystique. So we can't necessarily judge him. Nigel doesn't want to be judged. Jennifer, with the blank being an A, it's just more defensive, is Jason's basis on it being surely an A, since forgive takes a couple of hooks on the end.
RNS? I guess you wouldn't really want to put an R.
Enjoy my spot of tea while waiting.
So the choices that Will is looking for, a duncity? How would you pronounce that?
Probably, I mean, a dunk, I thought is how you would say it as an adjective. I'm not sure. So, I mean, like, it doesn't make sense English-wise to say a dunkety, so it's probably a duncity. I don't know, though.
Or unitedly. So a duncity is 70, unitedly is 64.
I thought Nigel to use the official rack.
Oh, there it is. There are his letters. That's so nice of him.
Did he protest at all, Kumar?
I told Michael to take care of that.
Okay. Well,
I mean, the most amazing thing about that is Nigel had two racks Like he didn't even bother to take away the other rack. I wonder if Will is so. Can you Jesse? Can you tell us more about Will being so good at the blank bingo spotting on Aerolith?
I don't really know exactly why he's so good. I just know for a fact he is.
Yeah.
I mean, he plays the challenges regularly on
Yeah.
Aerolith. It's just Will is up there with, I believe it's Noah Walton and a small handful of other people that consistently solve a high percentage of the blank bingos. I don't know if they clear them regularly, but that's an inhuman feat that I don't think happens super often. But they're usually both consistently near the top. Dave Wiegand, I think, plays them as well and does reasonably well. But yeah, he's put in a lot of time to study the words and review them, and it shows, honestly, in all that he does in Aerolith. And in his games, he's not going to have a word knowledge miss. When you're looking, it might be a strategic thing, but generally it's not going to be because of a word that he loses a game.
Yeah, it's hard to overstate how hard solving a wall of blank bingo alphagrams is.
It's daunting.
It's just, and it's a skill that is like directly correlated with how good you are at Scrabble, and that's why I feel like it's a great thing to practice. But it's also just so impressive when you see somebody like Will consistently hammer them out so fast. And then it was all along his career a sign that he was destined to win many championships, and then it was good to see it happen.
Yeah, because it's one thing to solve anagrams fast, and that's already something that's commendable when you can do straight up racks of letters and anagram them fast. But to have the blank mixed in there and still do it fast, that's a different type of visualization altogether.
Yeah.
Because you have to put the letters in alphabetical order if you're an alphagrammer with each one in the alphabet and spot the words quickly, which is quite impressive. So he's gone with Unitedly.
Do you think he would prefer that over Density?
He had that both lined up in his rack at one point. So like he was staring at the other one for a long time, and then switched to this one. Perhaps he was searching for Nigel's range before making the play and deciding on it, because it wouldn't be him being unsure of the word.
Yeah. The difference is 6 points, and you kind of think that having the Y and the triple word score, like Density would put, like, it's kind of already giving up 12 points if they use that Y. So it's not hard to make the case that Unitedly is making up for the 6 point difference.
So I remember Will's first tourney. I had to teach him how to hold the bag up. That's funny. I don't remember his first tournament, but I remember playing in the Hartford Open. That goes back a long time. That's a tournament that Terry Kang Rao hosted. And he was in the top 10 in that. I think I made 9th or something like that, and I played him, and he beat me even then, and it was pretty clear he was going to be an extremely good Scrabble player. We knew about him because people like Matthew Bernardina told us about Will when he came from Boggle to Scrabble and said to watch out for him, and that's pretty much held true. So for Gabe, we're still assuming it is, and Unitedly, Will has a pretty sizey lead.
Nigel played Hode very fast, leaving UI. That was the best play by far. And wow, Will has lined up a double-double. That's a lot of points.
What's he got in his rack there? Oh, Eutaxia.
Yeah.
Or Eutaxia, pardon me, with an A, because both work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else I would prefer. Eutaxia is a nice play.
Man, Nigel is not having good luck.
No. But, he's, it's Nigel's turn first, yeah. So, win for Nigel. That may not be the literal case in this round, given how he's drawing so far relative to Will.
Wait, did Will Huh?
Oh wait, so Nigel's playing Eutaxia. Sorry,
they just both had a lot of I's and U's.
Okay.
Cool.
Pardon, guys, for the little confusion there.
Clapple likes win as the best play, and then...
So Nigel played Hode, Will played Win, and then Nigel played Eutaxia. Okay.
Cool. That leads to a game that's a little bit more even.
Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense.
173 to 120. Will has a bingo lined up that... Do you know that word?
Which one?
Volumize?
Volumize.
Good word.
Yep.
How long has Will played Collins?
As far as Collins in excuse me, in Scrabble, it's only really been a few years. But to keep in mind, Will played Word Racer on Yahoo back when he was first starting, but he also played Prolific, is the version of Boggle that he played on Facebook. And Prolific uses a version of the Collins dictionary,
Oh.
so Will actually was already separating Collins and
Oh,
TWL
wow.
for quite a while,
Wow.
because Prolific was where he would play the Boggle players.
Wow.
Yahoo shut down the ladders and then ultimately all of the games. On Yahoo Games, I believe it was officially it all shut down several years ago. But the quality of players and games and such was already kind of on a downhill slope, and Facebook came around, so a lot of the Boggle players migrated to Prolific, and Will played that as well. So yeah, he's unofficially been familiar with Collins words for quite a while, but really it's only the last couple of years that he played Collins. I believe his first time playing was in the U.S. Northeast. I can't remember if it was BAT. Someone in the chat will know for sure that is more familiar with Will, but he played in a tournament in the Northeast. It was his first showing, and he basically destroyed the field and won pretty handily. So it was known that he was going to be good in both books from that point on. And Will, of course, is rematching Nigel from earlier this year. Will came back from a couple of games down to beat Nigel in Niagara Falls. And I have to point out that both of them switched dictionaries after playing in the U.S. national, or the North American championships. They were playing TWL when they were playing in the North American championship, and then they switched to Collins. Both of them switching and not really having word knowledge issues at all. And in that case, it was Nigel or Will who came out on top for the Collins. So
This is a storied matchup here.
yeah, they have some history already, with Will being victorious most recently.
Yeah. So Nigel had Gurnita on his rack. He didn't play anywhere, so he made the next best, or the best choice of just playing AG off on Gag for good points and leaving a good leave. It's a good leave, but he has no places to play good words. But sometimes you just have to be confident that even though you're screwed now, you might be less screwed later.
That's fair. How many E's? Well, there's a lot of E's in the pool.
Yeah.
So
Well, not really. Normal amount.
there's 8, isn't there?
7.
7? Okay, so I'm just trying to think. If I were a Nigel, maybe I'm looking for an E for IDE with a strong rack, and then if I draw one, then I'm probably gonna bingo on that lane the next turn. But Will is going for a play that eats up that lane and makes it pretty tough to do anything in this board without an S.
Yeah. Yeah, his highest scoring play was inerm to the M, but that's no good. Eric is quite nice for defense.
Yeah, I like Eric for the defense for sure. It's been pointed out in the chat that the red ticker bar at the bottom obscures the Scrabble racks. That has been noted. I've passed it on to Kumar already, so you can continue to see the racks.
Eventually, we should have a cameo made by Kumar.
Indeed.
Because he's awesome. He is gone. Wow, Nigel. Man.
This is a tough spot.
Trying RT to Riot is a poor draw.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't really have any good options.
Yeah, I can't see anything that I would justify playing.
I mean, you can play an arm to the M. It's 24 and opens up more lanes.
RTG is not bad.
And the only other idea that Puckle has is just dropping the R.
So it looks like he has played Ryant. I was thinking something with Airy there. I couldn't justify anything in my head, but as far as equity goes, keeping RT and scoring, it's certainly one of the static simming options that's higher.
Mm-hmm.
So EILNRRZ for Will. And then for Nigel, it is lobster without an E and with another T instead. So Tré is going down on the board.
Oh.
I can put that right there.
Man, it's crazy to see Nigel have bad rack after bad rack.
Mm-hmm. And Will is continuing to score quite well.
It's also weird to see Nigel have bad rack after bad rack and also not have scoring plays. Because he's so good at finding scoring plays out of nothing.
Mm-hmm.
AKA not missing any play ever.
Pretty much. If the A stays, says the chat, Will have Allarian next turn.
Oof. But Nigel has no plays that score above 26, and that would mean that of his first 6 plays, only 2 would have scored above 26.
Mm-hmm. Which just goes to show we have the age-old rule we think about trying to score over 20 and ideally close to 30 on each turn on average if possible, but sometimes you just can't. As we're seeing with Nigel, you just got to work what you got, which is not much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he's playing Bloat. The A did not stay for Allarian, but Bloat's one of the higher candidate plays, so it's not surprising to see. So I spoke with Nigel near the end of lunch. We chatted a little bit in the playing room about some of his latest adventures, some of his biking routes that he's done in the last little while. And I asked him, what does he do when he's not traveling for a tournament? Like when we know, for example, when he went to Niagara, that he did a biking trip with Josh Sokol and with Jackson Smiley to and from Toronto, going down to Buffalo.
Company?
Mm-hmm. For one of the directions.
I want to join Nigel on a bicycle trip.
You should ask him. He's willing.
Oh, wow.
So they did a bike trip together in one of the 2 directions. But when Nigel's not traveling, I figured, well, what do you do when you're not traveling? What do you do for a bike route? So he says he just goes to different parts of Malaysia. So something like maybe KL down to Johor, or maybe he'll do KL to Singapore if he wants to do a longer day. And so he was just chatting a bit about how he does the bike routes. I also asked him, because I heard a rumor that I asked him about Spanish. And he said he didn't quite have enough time this year to learn it, reasonably for the championship. So I joked and I was like, Nigel, you only had 9 weeks last time, it's not like it was an issue then. He's like, no, but I needed a bit more because Spanish has over 600,000 something words in the dictionary, and he knows. He already knows how many words are in there. And matter of fact, he stated that French had 300,000 something, and that was tough enough already. So so he said he was planning on, assuming he can get his ducks in a row and things make sense, he is possibly going to go to Panama next year to compete in the Spanish World Championship.
That'd be
so
amazing.
That would be dictionary number 3.
Wow.
So stay tuned for that.
Wow.
But that is the latest from the one and the only Nigel Richards. What else can we mention? Just for those who weren't here earlier, I do have to mention that this broadcast, including more of the pieces that you see now, all in place that Eli Dangour, the president of WESPA, has graciously donated to make this work for the tournament. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
Meantime,
Nigel,
back on the board. Go ahead, sorry.
Nigel Nigel had 3 O's and then ERST, and you played TOO, opening up a triple lane. I don't know. I guess why not? Yeah. Poor guy. The conversation I had with Nigel so far is he asked me what did I think of this commentary job, and I said it was absolutely wonderful and I loved it. And then he was like, Nigel said that's the last job in the whole world he would want. You couldn't pay him $1 million to do it, to be the commentator. That's cool.
Yeah, I think that's fair game, because we know with Nigel that he's talked about he just enjoys each game as it unfolds and likes playing it, but watching, it probably wouldn't be the same for him, just because he thinks about the game so differently, with us getting upset and going on possible mood swings, when things don't go our way. It doesn't happen to Nigel. He just treats it like a game, even if he loses a final, which has happened more recently this year. It's just like, he just shrugs it off and moves on to the next one. So I guess if you're able to keep that, even keeled and all that, then analysis wouldn't really seem that fun to you, because you're just waiting for the next game to happen. I don't know. I enjoy commentating, but I'm just trying to think, if I were Nigel, why would I say that it would be the last job on earth I'd do? But I think it's really just, he just enjoys playing each game.
He also doesn't like things that I like.
That's true. We do know he's contrarian with some of those.
Yeah.
He doesn't like Whackle either.
That's right. That's why I would like to go on a bicycle ride with him, because it's something that we both like.
Except it wouldn't be your preferred method of transportation, because you're more about the roller skates.
Yeah. But I couldn't keep up with him on roller skates.
You think?
It depends on the surface of the road and in
downhill slope.
Yeah.
Jennifer mentions Adam Logan's commentary in Kenya last year was great. I actually don't think I got to see that. That's cool. I forgot he had done that.
Did he do the whole time?
I don't know. I actually don't even remember. So Jennifer would know better, because I know she was following along with Evans. Well, Evans went to play, and Jennifer flew as well. So she was there.
Nigel drew a Q, and he again has no play that scores more than 24. This is crazy.
What is this?
What is what?
Am I seeing the spread right?
You are.
Nigel is drawing bad things every time.
He's drawing very poorly.
He just played QI for 11. Poor guy.
So Jennifer says it was Adam's first time commentating, and it was just on the finals. He did the 7 games between Moses Peter and Akshay Bandarkar.
Wow. I would like to listen to that indeed. I bet
That's
he would
cool.
be such a good commentator.
And then he actually, during the Canadian Nationals this time around, because he wasn't in the final, he did step in to do a little bit of stand-up commentary in front of the room. So there we don't really do a live broadcast of it the same way as here. It's just there's usually a board that we put tiles onto or project from the next room. And I did one game with someone, and then Adam would do a different game with someone else. Josh Sokol joined in as well. So yeah, it seems like perhaps Adam doesn't mind doing a little bit of things like commentary now.
That's great.
And yeah, Zev, I would agree. It is a shame that the game is quite lopsided.
Will Anderson is crushing it though. He's making every perfect play. He has the next perfect play lined up on his rack of Jealous through the OU. That'll be
a nice
48.
score.
Yeah. I think that the level of play so far has been the best consistent level of table 1 play I've ever seen.
So far it's been quite good.
Yeah. Like not there's been some mistakes, but I think every game there's been one player basically making all the right moves. And usually that player's been winning.
Yeah, and then like even with the errors that have been made, maybe only one I can think of that was egregious so far, and the rest were just maybe not the best play. So yeah, the quality's been pretty good.
Yeah.
Jennifer is sharing about David Webb and Adam. That's funny. That was clearly not the right play. I can actually picture Adam saying that very quickly, but whenever I see something like that was not the right play, I have Kenji's voice in my head, because I can hear him saying it. He didn't add the E. It's just without the E.
Oh, I wonder why he didn't have the E. Maybe we'll do it next turn.
Hello, Lila. Welcome to the broadcast. I recognize that username. That is your old Yahoo Literati username.
Whoa, old school.
Yeah. And then do we have the unseen tiles graphic anywhere? That is a good question. I can ask. I'm assuming it is on standby, waiting to go in that corner in the bottom right, but I'll double check.
I'll should flash the crackle.
Cool. Oh my god, Nigel has plays that score more than 30. If he burns... yeah, Modem could be good.
So we don't have the unseen tiles graphic. Kumar decided to put on the Quackle screen just so we could see what it was for the pool on the right.
We will get that.
And we are going to get there, says Kumar.
Sweet.
Other memorable interchange was David saying, Adam, are there any bingos here? And Adam responding with, Quackle doesn't see any bingos, and I don't see any bingos, so no, there are none. It's like, I would have to agree, that is badass confidence, and I wish I could say that with certainty, more than maybe a handful of times. Jennifer, that is Lila Crotty.
Who's that?
You don't know? She's one of the organizers for the New Orleans tournament every year. That's in January.
Ah, cool.
And Austin is engaged to her daughter.
Cool.
Yeah. So Lila is on the stream, and she says she wanted to let people know we'll be looking for remote commentators for the Crescent City Cup in January. So that's the big event in New Orleans. Thank you, Lila, for passing that on. Yeah, that sounds like a fun gig. If I don't get to make it down and I'm not working, I might just sign up for that. I'll keep you posted. So last play was Deems. So we have 12 unseen in the pool, and we've already had one game where Nigel didn't break 300. And I'm thinking, I mean, he should hopefully be able to break it this time, but the possibility of not is actually real.
Yeah. How much is he going to score next turn with AEOPRSY?
Well, a decent amount. I mean, he's going to know that Jealous has, the option to hook the E on it, but he doesn't really have anything double word score that'll
Or
work
a
out
Y.
that well.
You can put a Y on Jealous too.
That's true, jealousy. Well, you can do puh and something in the top right. Or maybe like PO and then PL something for the L and Jealous to score a bit, but yeah, it's
Oh, we can play Yorp. Yorp and Puh.
Yorp and puh.
That'll be lots of
That
points.
just sounds like one of those onomatopoeia sounds. That's just fun.
Yeah. Indeed. Michael Time, do you have any words for the audience?
Well, I hope
Come closer.
audience like it.
You're not on camera yet.
It's just a little bit of a lag.
Okay.
He's there, and then he'll be in the middle shortly.
Yeah, I think I'm very happy with the outcome. It is closely contested after 4 rounds.
Yeah.
So everyone has won. Every team has got a point. So I hope this will set the trend for this tournament.
Yeah.
We tweaked the format, and let's see who's going to win this Alchemist Cup.
Yeah, we have a fun story as well that Michael alerted me to, and that was with Sohaib, with Tarek. You heard about this, right?
Which one is that?
Oh, Tarek Pervez, he had a little challenge he set up for Sohaib, and that was if he could beat one of 4 players in this tournament, then his ticket to and from Dubai for his next event, Tarek would cover it.
Wow. And
So
who
one
are
of the
the
4. So there was Nigel Richards, David Eldar, Adam Logan, and then I think Ganesh was the 4th player. So he beat Adam Logan this morning,
he
so
got
he's
one free
already
ticket.
gotten his ticket.
Wow.
So
Awesome.
It's a really cool story, and Sohaib, for those who don't know, he's 16 years old, and he won his category at the World Youth Scrabble Championship this year, and he's already making some waves here.
Oh yeah, I think he's really holding himself up against the best in the world. I mean, he is playing against the top seed.
He's
today.
playing Ganesh right now, isn't he?
No, I'm not sure. Yeah, he is playing Ganesh.
Yes. So he's got a tough day today, and
Oh,
he's
yeah.
held his own so far.
Oh yeah, cool. So yeah, I think we are still trying to make the stream better. So I'm sure Kumar is working really hard. So by the end of the day, it'll be a much better looking stream.
And then tomorrow it'll be all ready. So
Yep, and then we will be calling in guest commentator tomorrow.
Who do we
so
have?
So we have Kenji,
awesome.
and then we have Chris Leib.
They're both coming in at different points. of the
Different
day?
point, yeah.
Okay.
Different point of the day according to the time zone. So so any of the we would like, because we got 4 more days. So I think it's just to create a different chemistry. So we want to throw different elements. So go out to do like a live cutover, you know, against the results. So we are trying to improve the coverage. So any feedback from anyone, please feel free to suggest, and every feedback is taken seriously.
Awesome.
Okay, I shall leave it to you.
Thanks for the latest, Michael.
Thank you,
Much
Michael.
appreciated. So you heard the man. If you have any feedback you'd like to provide so we can make the stream even better, please pass it on, and we'll do our best to incorporate it.
I forgot to send the link to my parents.
They want to watch too, yeah?
Absolutely.
My folks kept on asking me to post it, so I finally put it up before games started this morning.
Nice.
Jennifer says, I suggest you move the camera on Nigel's side so that the black pole isn't in the frame. Okay, duly noted. I'll pass that on to Kumar.
I wonder what Nigel is thinking about. He's thinking about
He's probably
life.
thinking, damn it, Will, foiled again. 12:30 Texas time. Yes, we know it is late. So we have Nay that's been played down in the bottom right corner as opposed to Noi.
It's because APRS is an absurdly good leave.
Rebecca suggests, how about a little name tag / plate next to the clock with the player name? Sometimes it's hard to see whose turn it is and which rack you were looking at. Thanks.
Yeah.
It's a good suggestion, Rebecca. Thanks. I will ask Kumar about that, and we'll see what we can do.
Okay, poll is fixed.
Yes, I see. Thank you.
Whoa, cool.
So look at that. With some of the suggestions, guys, we can fix that in real time. So Kumar has already taken the black pole out of the shot of Nigel. Thanks, Jennifer, for that suggestion. And then Rebecca, Kumar has heard your suggestion. That's why I said it out loud, and we'll see what we can do to incorporate that.
Whoa. Nigel has a bingo.
What is his
It'll probably
rack?
be blocked, but oh, it's not going to be blocked. This is huge.
So he's blocking the D for bingos down to that. Sensible.
Oh, never mind. It doesn't fit. Oh, sad.
No bingo? What were you thinking?
I was hallucinating an extra spot under AB for
Oh.
doppers.
Yeah. So it is perp. Perp and pup in that spot. I was thinking derp for half a second, thinking about the derp comics. Derpina and Derpet.
Wow, Nigel found the best in game.
Are we surprised? Of course not.
No.
So it looks like this time around, Nigel will break 300.
Yeah. Fortunately, he's so good at always playing well, no matter
Even when he's getting cleaned out.
no matter what his record is, whatever it is, 2 and 3.
Not using his right.
Yeah.
It's his superstition, right? He uses his right. He has to use his right.
Could be.
So it's always that spot. He needs his right and his blue tiles.
Is there a way we can let him use his rack?
No. If he uses his right, we wouldn't be able to see the tiles from here. Nobody would be able to see the tiles. Unless we go out and get 2 more cameras. Yeah.
There aren't enough cameras already. There's so many in here already.
You could have a special Nigel camera over your shoulder.
The Nigel cam.
Yeah.
We should have a subscription service to that.
Yeah.
And
You could make him wear a GoPro.
the GoPro. Be pro like Nigel. Yeah, there's not really a whole lot to to say about that game except good job, Will. Poor Nigel.
Yeah. I mean, neither player could have played any better. They both played basically perfectly.
Briefly after Eutaxia, if Nigel had drawn a bit better, he could have easily gotten back in the game quickly, but it was not meant to be, as Will continued to draw and score well.
I mean, after Eutaxia, Will's rack had a U and a V. The only problem is it also spelled volumize.
Yeah.
And then Nigel was
So, Zo, I don't even know how to pronounce DSO, but that goes down. Optimal endgame. A solid handshake, and in this rematch of Scrabble Titans, Will has come out victorious again.
It's on a roll.
We will have name tags next to the Rex from tomorrow.
Okay, so we have confirmation, Rebecca, for your feedback with respect to making it easier to see who's who. As of tomorrow, for the rest of the tournament, there will be names next to the clock on each side, so we know exactly who it is that's playing with each rack. They're quickly squaring the tiles up. I think I probably would too, to be fair, whether I won or lost that one.
Who do we have next?
Next, we have the Battle of the Fiancés, actually.
Whoa. Austin Shin Evans Clinchy.
Indeed.
Whoa.
So, I believe actually Lila was saying Lindsay may have taken a nap so she could get up again to watch this before going to bed.
That's good.
And Jennifer has been joining us for the last little while, so she can watch. On the West Coast, it is 20 minutes to 11 p.m., so definitely a bit late to be up, but that's some, what am I thinking here? Dedication. That's the word I'm thinking of.
Dedication.
That is some dedication right there.
Mm-hmm.